If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Ed Jenkins, three-time Purple Heart Award recipient, joins us this morning. And Ed, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy Dale.
Good to have you with us today. And Memorial Day is a special day, isn't it, Ed?
Yes, for deceased veterans and their loved ones. That's what the day is set up for. And we want all the friends of deceased veterans and their families to be happy today, Jimmy Dale.
You know, there's a lot of deceased veterans' families that are every year, Memorial Day, they relive the life of their loved one who gave their life that we could be free today.
Absolutely, Jimmy Dale. There's lots of them. I was going through a lot in my mind last night of veterans and their families that were deceased, and then we think of, as we see, most veterans see the deceased, it means not only those that were killed in combat, it's those that's not here with us today.
What's going to be happening at different venues today on Memorial Day?
Well, they're starting off up there right now in Sylacauga at the American Legion. Then they'll come down here, and climax should be done around 8 o'clock at the Chamber of Commerce with their part. And then in Alexandria City, they're going to line up at the Sportsplex. They're going to start there at 10 a.m., black flags and American flags silent. And the parade to the nursing home will start at 10:30, the Bill Nichols Nursing Home, led by police escort. And then they'll come back to Strand Park and set up in Strand Park with their displays for veterans displays and all those things. And at 12 o'clock, a moment of silence for fallen brothers, sisters, followed by prayer with guest speaker James T. Cullins, who will be speaking. He's a World War II vet.
Okay.
And we talking about stories to tell. They have something to tell. And then at 2 p.m. that afternoon, the Boy Scouts are lowering the flag, and then the honor guard will be sounding of taps. Now, Alexandria City has quite a great honor guard, Jimmy Dale, and quite a number of people in that honor guard, and they've lost a lot of them lately, but they help with funerals where they cannot get, the military to do them. They do it, and also the Childersburg American Legion does it too.
Yeah, I know Childersburg's got an event over there too this morning about 9 o'clock.
Childersburg's got a big event right there in front of their little park.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he tells me that should start somewhere around 8:30 or 9 o'clock, according to Joe Teal.
Yeah, and Joe's one of those guys who we salute today as being a veteran. And of course, we talk about the men and women who died on the battlefield and surrounding arenas. There's been a lot of them, Ed, down through the years. A lot of people have given their life. You know, I saw this story just a day or two ago where a guy was 22 years old. He was killed in a rice paddy in South Vietnam, and he never got to see some of the things that we've been able to see down through the years, including social media, and they didn't have those cell phones back in the day when y'all were in Vietnam. So a lot of changes.
Great number of changes. And while we own that, July the 3rd, in Dadeville, Alabama, Senator Tuberville, and in the legislature, the young man from here, Robbins and Ed Oliver, will be down there for the dedication of a young man, 19 years old. He graduated from Dadeville High School, and he was killed in Iraq. They're naming that American Legion after him on that day.
Wow.
And now, while we own that, I really and truly now, when we need to pay special tribute to a lot of these people that there's a lot of people been killed in Iraq and Afghanistan, as well as World War I, II, Korean War, and Vietnam, a lot of them. But, to me, that man that sacrificed, and then the preacher asked a question yesterday in church, would they still do it? And there was about 10 there. Everybody said yeah. And if you talk to a veteran today and asked him would he still do it, he'd tell you what, he would.
The event here in Sylacauga, basically starting about now, if you're watching us live this morning, and what's going to be taking place there, and who are some of the players in that?
Well, and the people in that is John Hall is in charge of that, and he has everybody set up. There'll be about 6 of them, and Jim Heigl will be there, of course, and then there's always the group, Ed Holly, and all of them will be involved in that today.
And they'll be coming down to the Chamber of Commerce. What will they be doing there? They
will be paying tribute to the fallen comrades of all these monuments. It's on the monuments there. That'd be World War I, II, Korea, Vietnam, and of course they will not leave out the Iraq and Afghanistan. They will throw that in there. They just don't have those monuments set up yet. And while we own that, there's a lot of people that are deceased, that their loved ones now are putting their name on the monument out at
That's right, Pinecrest, yeah.
Pinecrest, and of course us that ain't deceased putting their name on that too. And boy, that looks good.
It does.
It's going to be a piece of things for people to go by and look at, Jim and Dale.
Ed Jenkins, 3-time Purple Heart Award recipient in Vietnam. Our guest this morning, it is Memorial Day 2021. Ed, a lot of people on the waterways today, a lot of people barbecuing, and that's really not what it's all about, though, is it?
No, that's really not what it's all about. Of course, we had a conversation with that last night with some people. I don't mind that because that's free country, part of it. But today's day really is about the deceased veteran that gave his life or her life, that we might have a free country and a free nation. And we have now, we just had a lady general retire out of the military from Alabama here a while back, and so she was the chief speaker, I think, at the Disabled American Veterans Convention in Montgomery this past week. So we just want to pay tribute today and make it a day for those. And if you see somebody that lost a loved one in that, you tell them that you're sorry and you appreciate them too.
What role will Bill Nichols Veterans Home play today? Is anything going on there?
I imagine that Ms. Fuller will probably have a program in there with them and maybe their families. We have not, as far as I know, we've not got, it's going to be in the next few weeks where you can go in and visit with the vets at the Bill Nichols. I'm not sure of this, but I heard that they've already done this in Pale City, but it's the admiral that's over the state veterans, he made a comment that they were fixing to open up the nursing homes so they could be visited again by individuals, so it helped. So I really appreciate that and be glad when they do, since I'm a liaison to the Bill Nichols Nursing Home.
Well, the name Bill Nichols is a name that you hold close to your heart. He's a special guy to you, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Bill Nichols, special guy to me, and not only me, to all veterans. And tribute to Bill Nichols and what's left of his family today, because he was a World War II vet. And to me, he's the greatest one that we've ever had that worked for the people in Sylacauga real hard and the people in his district. There'll never be another man that worked for people like Congressman Bill Nichols did.
He's buried right out here in the Sylacauga Cemetery, right there off of 4th Street.
On 4th Street with the little bitty piece of block, not nothing big. He didn't want to be nothing big, and that goes for a lot of us. That people will see, we have occasion. People will see these hats. Don't pay no attention to the hat. Just pay attention to what Veterans Day and Memorial Day and July the 4th all about, because they're talking about being here and being there. Main thing is be on the winning side, and we're still on the winning side. And I heard one preacher say yesterday, don't put us down, put us up, because America's still going to stand.
Absolutely. Memorial Day is the most somber of any of the holidays.
Right.
And when you were serving in the military and you were in Vietnam, did you have friends that you befriended while you were in service that died on the battlefield there?
Yes, lots of them. Lots of them. We had quite a number of them. Barry Jacobs' brother was one of them. And so that's the way it goes. And all those people were close friends, and they was just several of them that died on the battlefield that we know about. And that's another good thing that Till and them are doing over yonder. They pay special tribute today to all the fallen comrades from this area, Sylacauga and Schulenburg, and even in the county.
As a retired veteran that survived the Vietnam War, do you get over stuff like that? Do you get over seeing a fellow comrade fall from arms fire that he may be 5 feet from you?
It's a situation that you never get over. You try to put it under and live with it the best you can, but on these days and prior to these days, it comes back to to you thinking about it. Now, I don't tell war stories, but I tell truth. There's one here, one in the middle, one on the left. The one in the middle happened to be me. I'm still here. You lose 2 fallen comrades. But if you don't think that'll jolt you in the arm, you just ain't never had nothing.
Cannot imagine. Big happening down in Ellick City today. Let's talk about that a little bit more.
Okay. Well, the main thing happening down there today is paying tribute to everything. Now, the veterans groups from down there, which will be the Honor Guard, the American Legion, the DAV, and they're all coming together on this day to pay tribute to, fallen comrades. And like I said, this thing will begin with a parade by the Bill Nichols Nursing Home, and then it will end in Strand Park. But people in that area need to go out, and even if you're here, you could come on down and have a good time and get with the people that's still around, and some of the deceased families, they'll be there. So be looking for a big day today down there in the Alexander City Way. And of course, they always have a big day here. You can probably find a lot of these same people that's participating here today at the coffee shop later. So go by and tell them how you appreciate them.
No doubt about it. Ed Jenkins, our guest this morning on Memorial Day 2021. And I guess as much as this is the most somber of all the holidays and Memorial Day 2021, when you hear taps played, what does that say to you?
When I hear taps played, that reminds me of every fallen comrade. So now, have you ever noticed, you have, because you work for the funeral home, that even our regular cemeteries that has a place for vets, is those crosses all straight. Every veteran cemetery and every cemetery that has just a special place set aside for vets, those crosses are straight. Preacher mentioned that yesterday, and that is a fact. So, and the reason being is, this is the great honor and the great tribute when you bury a veteran. He has done for he or she for their country, and so they wanted everything to be straight for them.
And a lot of these veterans, Ed, that died in combat, I mean, they're 17, 18, 19 years old.
Most of them were that age. Most of them were between 17 and 20. And that's just it's
I cannot imagine going on a battlefield at that young age, and some of them not even out of high school.
And it's, you know, like the young man in Dayton we were referring to just got out of high school and went there, and he was about to reach his 19th birthday, understand, killed in Afghanistan. So that's just the way it goes. But it's the same thing happening today, and you know it. But now here's the bad part about the Vietnam War. Did you know we're still losing Vietnam vets from a thing called Agent Orange?
What's that?
Agent Orange is a killer from the war, a disease that you caught in Vietnam. And I beat it. God beat it for me. I'm riding down the road and they say
many others didn't.
Many others didn't, and still ain't.
Yeah.
Many others didn't. So this is what I say, and pretty soon it gets to where if we ain't careful, I know there's not many left starting with the Vietnam, Korean, and not hardly any at all in World War II. But what happened is this Agent Orange thing kills as many nearly as the war. So
I guess the war that cost more lives than any other war was the war between the North and South. I mean, it was an American war.
Yes, more people died in that war.
Yeah,
that's a fact, and that's a proven fact. And you know, today we pray that this don't happen no more, but we try not to pit ourselves against each other. Mm-hmm. And this is what we have to be careful and stay prayed up for, not to pit ourselves against each other.
All right. Ed Jenkins, our guest this morning, Memorial Day 2021. And Ed, I know you got schedules to meet, and we appreciate you coming by today.
Well, I appreciate being here, Jimmy Dale, and we think a whole lot of, and remember one thing, like I told the mayor here, this will always be home.
All right. Ed Jenkins with us this morning on Daybreak. We got more to do right after this.